What's up, guys? All right, we're back with our first reaction / coverage of the postseason of the NBA in 2022, starting with the Nets versus Cavs. And just so you know, stay tuned, sub if you haven't already. We usually don't jump at it like that, but we're gonna be covering every. All right, I'm getting ahead of myself. We're gonna be covering like 90 to 95% of the games of the postseason.
Well, I'm 95% certain the Cavs are fucked.
Well, actually, Erwin, I don't know if you know how the play-in tournament works.
Oh.
Seeing as you made an explanation video about it. But they're not fucked. They're actually still got one more chance. One more shot. One more opportunity.
All right, but unlike you, man, I'm not looking at the short term, man. I'm looking at the long term. Okay, they're probably going to win, that 8th game, even though it's going to be shit. They're going against two offensive juggernauts, either the Hornets or the Hawks.
The Hornets are a juggernaut?
Offensively. They're really not a juggernaut. Maybe I'm not saying it right, but they like to run and gun.
I think LaMelo left something on your lip, right?
More like Trae Young. But I mean, get it right, man.
That's true. You're like a Trae Young fan, and I'm more of a LaMelo fan.
Yeah, exactly. So you get that LaMelo balls off you.
Well, I'm not the one here calling them juggernauts.
Okay.
I pronounced that weird.
I could have said it better, but look, that's another game. They played a lot of minutes today, man. Kevin Love and these people, and they look.
Commentators even called them gassed out.
They look gassed. Yes, they're not gonna play till Friday, but then immediately after that game, assuming they win, the Cavs, they gotta play the number 1 seed, rested and ready to go, the Miami Heat.
Well, I'm gonna say one thing, that the Cavs are looking pretty good in the fourth quarter. Brooklyn had control the whole game.
Oh man, look, from the first quarter they jumped like a gun.
But in that fourth quarter, watching that Cavs team, I was like, okay, they could make it past into the playoffs because they were playing, still going at it with confidence.
They didn't give up.
Did not give up. Garland was still. There were moments like, I think it was around the 9-minute mark somewhere. It was mid to 9-minute mark where it was like Garland, if he had made that 3, you know which one I'm talking about, and it would have put the game at like a 6-5, maybe 7-point difference. Yeah, I was like, damn, with that little time left, they could have pulled the rug under the Nets. There was that potential. Now, even though the Nets were like, casually playing in the they knew they had it in the bag. As long as they didn't leave the Cavs have too crazy of a run. At any moment, the Cavs look like if they really, if they start picking up some steam, they could have maybe ran away with it. And that made me confident in this Cavs team.
Absolutely. And before we go any further, guys, this is a reaction video. Let's do some BTD stats time to see the final result.
There you go. If you guys want some highlights from the games, 108 to 115. Cavs, Brooklyn, first quarter, Erwin called it 40 to 20.
Man.
That's all you need to know. And then in the fourth quarter, after we came down to it, 35 Cleveland, 30 Brooklyn. So that's what we're talking about with the fourth being.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about the highlight players. Garland with 34 points, 6 turnovers. Man, I can't speak today.
Those turnovers killed them, man.
Yeah. 2 steals, 5 assists. And a plus minus of -11. Now, Karis LeVert. This is the guy that could have been the X factor for the Cavs.
They got him in the trade deadline, man, for that reason.
Yes, that's the crazy part. 12 points plus 2, 7 assists, 7 rebounds.
He had a
so
clunker.
He still did his thing, but he's a scorer. He was 4 for 12, and we talked about LeVert before. He can fucking ball. I mean, he was on the Nets and he was a baller on the Nets. Yeah. And he's that role player that put him on the right team. Hey, and Markkanen, I like him.
The Bulls.
13 points, 4 rebounds, 3 steals, -10, 5 of 14 from the field, 1 of 4 from the 3. He could have, if he had a better game. I'm telling you, I like this Cavs team. I'm not talking about like the squad for the whole year, but how they played this game, and it gives me a little hope for what they do.
Well,
and
look,
your boy Kevin Love over here.
Well, at least look, the Cavs are gonna get some reinforcements with Allen, Jared Allen coming back, possibly on Friday from the broken middle finger. Factor. Yeah, man, they missed him, man, because the Cavs, they run an unconventional lineup. They like to run 3 bigs.
No, but you were saying about Kevin Love playing like a true vet, and like he had you said re-energized.
He looked rejuvenated, man, being in that playoff atmosphere again.
13 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 14 points plus 10. Hey, when you got a champion on your team and he's like rejuvenated. After there was one rebound that he went for, and I was like, this is late in the fourth quarter. I was like, whoa, Kevin, like, so aren't you a little too old to be doing that shit?
Yeah, man, he's only 33, man.
But then let's look at the players that everybody wants to know about.
Of course.
Brooklyn Nets, Kevin Durant, 25 points, 3 blocks, 2 steals, 11 assists, 5 rebounds, 100% from the free throw, 6 for 6.
I thought you were going to say from the field. I'm like, damn.
9 to 16, and he had a plus 16. Now, Kyrie Irving, 34 points, plus 2. He did have 4 turnovers. Can't look over that. But he balanced that out with 12 assists and 3 rebounds. And he was also 100% from the free throw, 7 of 7. 50% from the 3 at 3 of 6. Field goal, 12 of 15. Kyrie had one of those games. And when you guys watch our video of players to watch out for in the playoffs, I brought up Kyrie. I think we both brought up Kyrie.
I think so.
Because...
No, you did.
Oh, yeah. Because... And it's games like this. If he keeps having games like this, just consistently, occasionally, throughout the playoffs, that beginning of the season that he created that whole little skerfuffle with the COVID and part-time worker jokes, they're going to be forgotten about. Let's be honest.
And it won't be good news for the Bucks. It'll be a tough fight.
And this first game is clear example of why the Nets put up with everything. You know what I mean? From the owner to the coach to even KD.
Absolutely.
And then let's not forget, the man is fasting. It was kind of beautiful how he spoke post game. Reporter came up to him. He's talking about like his fast and how he has God in him, and he said everybody's got God in them. He's got his faith, and I was like, oh shit, okay, Kyrie. And because they were pointing out how like, is this fasting may affect you? Because if you guys don't know, fasting means you're starving yourself for a chunk of time, and after that chunk of time, that's when you can eat. And
wow, man, he looks mad skinny, man.
He was mad when he took off the jersey and he was just wearing the dry fit. I was like, wow, that's probably the skinniest I've seen Kyrie.
Yeah, you know what that means?
What does that mean?
Yeah, we got to fast, man, because we're looking chunky as fuck. But
you not wrong, bro. And summer right around the corner. We're in mid-April
in South Florida.
It's time.
Oh man, not good.
I mean, we've tried 75 hard before. I did it for like a month and a half. You've done it. You've completed it twice. So I think we can get through fasting. I think we could give it a shot.
Yeah, but
it's difficult. And let's not forget, Blake Griffin didn't play. Aldridge didn't play. And the reason I bring this up is if you at least caught the second half of the game, big men were doing their thing for the Nets even without those two, and those two were brought in for those reasons. You saw
Claxton, man, he was a beast, man.
Easy point. And that's another thing I wanted to bring up about the Cavs.
Those alley-oops, man.
While the Cavs missed some crucial shots that could have propelled them, they were also letting go of very stupid defensive plays that gave the Nets too easy of an opening, like little passes, backdoor pass. Like big man there actually one was a beautiful play where I forgot who was.
I think it was Bruce Brown. It seemed like I don't know.
He passed it to KD, and then KD passed it back to him. Yeah, and he did that alley-oop.
Like it looked like it wasn't gonna be. It looked like it wasn't gonna be a good layup, but then bam.
Yeah, and then there was another one where it was just like big man's just standing by the basket and it was just like whoop, and I'm like, bro. In a playoff game, like play-in tournament. Look, guys, we're just gonna call play-in tournament playoff games because at this point, I think we'd all agree this is part of the postseason. Yeah. Or if we're gonna get technical, in a postseason game, you can't let that shit happen. If you're trying to, because now the Cavs, while I think we both feel that they have a high, they're the favorites in whoever they face. Maybe against the Hawks, maybe not, but even still, they're the favorites in the next game. Mm-hmm. You rather put that away first than having to play that next game. You know what I mean?
No, of course. I guess before finishing things up, man, what do you think now? Now that
Nets are going straight 100%, no losses to the finals.
Oh, okay, sarcasm. Okay, so just straight satire over here. Jeez.
I choked on my water.
You like that word, huh? Yeah, that's why you.
This man improving his vocabulary.
I know, man.
Shout out Succession.
Succession. Next year.
What were you gonna say?
Next year, the playoffs will be pretentious as fuck. So, what do you really think about the Nets, man? Like, are the chances against the defending champs? Real quick.
Look, man. We saw how much control they had this entire game. Oh, actually, I do want to bring one tweet. You saw that I showed it to you.
Oh God.
The Celtics watching Kyrie and KD cook versus the Cavs. Look at that. Oh man, that facial expression, man.
Oh shit! No, my bad. Why am I saying the
defensive champ? Yeah, because you're already jumping ahead, bro. You're already jumping ahead.
No, it's not the Bucks. Okay, no, the Celtics. Oh wow. Okay,
yeah, your favorite squad.
I'm getting like
this guy has a hard on for that 2008 Celtics champion team.
No, man, they've been milking that shit since 2008, man. I'm like, let it go, dude. I'm like, good. Hey, it's cool.
Did I not tell you he gets a hard? Look how excited he gets about the topic. It just comes out of him. He gets passionate.
No, like I'm like, yo, man, it's cool. You guys are like close friends, man. I keep in touch with my high school friends too, man. But chill, man. That's all I'm gonna say about that, man.
But did you and your high school friends turn a worst team into the best team, aka a champion, in 1 year?
I mean, shit, we weren't that popular in high school, and 3 out of the 4, shit, they're married, so I guess we're doing something, right? It's a championship, right? Depending on who you ask. Yeah. But anyways, shit, yeah, against the Celtics, my bad. Yeah, like.
Bro, after seeing them demolish the Cavs, and I get it, it's the Cavs, but like just how smooth and nonchalant they did it, like clearly, and what I said before, I've said this for years now. Great teams, especially ones with experience and champions on their squads, because don't forget, guys, Kyrie and KD both have champions. Yeah. They can just turn the switch on, which is something Irwin doesn't understand when I'm saying like the Heat aren't going to win the championship this year. But that's just another topic for another day.
We'll see.
We clearly see the Brooklyn, they just like, you know those switches that have like the sliders, they just slid it to like probably 50% of the brightness of the bulb. You know what I mean? Now imagine they put 75% for the Celtics, and then they beat the Celtics, and then they push it to 100% against whoever they face out.
We'll see.
They're playing a lot better than they did last year. You didn't get to see them together that often.
We'll see.
But Harden leaving is not hurting them, I'll tell you that much.
That tweet makes a lot more sense, because now I'm remembering last year they faced in the first round, the Celtics versus the Nets, and the Nets smoked them 5 games.
And now they got Kyrie. Healthy.
Yo, they didn't have healthy. Oh my.
And Kyrie and KD, something that I think people are not bringing up at all, is that they have a chip on their shoulder. And I always emphasize, look, great players, everyone in some ways on the same level. All the great players are on the same level in some way. Yeah. When you got a chip on, you need to find those little intangibles that fucking make you revenge almost, or just crazy, kind of like Jordan, 2014 Spurs. KD and Kyrie have the bullshit that people have been giving them. Kyrie's got the bullshit that he received from the media and the public opinion, whatever. Whether you agree with him or not, it's just like, you know, it's taxing on a person. And he definitely found it annoying at some point.
Yep.
And now they got the chip on their shoulder of like, yo, James, you wanted to ride out? Like that is. If they win that championship, bro, I mean, like this is gonna be them at the finals, like presentation in the last game.
Yeah, but Harden still gets a ring technically if they win.
It's gonna be awkward. About that.
It's gonna be awkward as fuck. All right.
Shit, that would be funny.
But anyways,
when he receives it too.
But guys,
I want the Nets to win now just for that scene.
No, it's gonna be the Heat. So get used to it. But anyways, guys, let us know what you guys think, man. Or what do you think about the Cavs, man?
What do you think of this game?
What do you think about this game? I thought it was entertaining. Yeah, I thought it was going to be a massacre. Like after the
tournament, I said this last year.
Sleep on it.
It's here to stay, man. It's too fun.
Yeah.
It's just fun. And 1 game elimination, we never get that in the NBA. We've never gotten that. Finally, we got 1 game eliminations. Yep. And it's just so much funner.
Absolutely. But guys, appreciate all the love and the hate. You guys already know. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all podcast streaming platforms. We'll catch you guys soon. For now, later.
Take care.